Hey everyone, it's Lexie. So today's going to be a little bit of a different video. I was originally planning on doing a review for this book, but I ended up DNFing it, and I figured why not do a video on why I DNF'd it, just because it didn't show up on Goodreads, just because I just take it off of my books overall. But essentially this video is a video on why I DNF'd the Starless by Erin Morgenstern. So this is a polarizing book in general. I feel like I really love The Night Circus, so this book has nothing to do with her writing style. I know that some people like that whimsical lyrical writing style isn't for everyone. I happen to really like that writing style, so that wasn't the biggest deal for me. And for when it came to The Night Circus, I really liked the plot. I really enjoyed that part. This one in here had no plot. I felt like I DNF'd it actually at page 160, and yeah, I just didn't like it. I felt like the characters were just, especially the main character Zachary, is just very bland. He's very just kind of there. I was like, he doesn't even have a pulse. He's very just relaxed with everything, and he just kind of goes with the flow, which I don't really like that. And the fact that he is a graduate student for gender studies in video gaming, I'm like, that is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. As someone who has a master's and is currently in their PhD, I'm like, that's not really that's a cop-out basically. It's for people who don't want to be in the real world will go do something like that where it's not really relevant. What do you do with that degree? I don't know. That part was really irritating. And then the stories that were interwoven in here essentially were very confusing. I know people have said that they eventually will tie in with the ending of this, but they were just so obscure. I was like, this is very abstract. It's very much like Alice in Wonderland. If I feel like I would have to be on drugs to kind of grasp what is going on in this book. It is so obscure. I was like, what is going on? It's so weird. Yeah, and it's just I read 160 pages and I was like, it was torture. Not a lot is going on, and he depends on a lot of other characters. Zachary depends a lot on other characters to kind of guide him through this thing, and he's just, like I said, he's very passive, and I didn't like that. And I'm not willing to put up with a book that doesn't necessarily have a plot. And I did find the synopsis to be very interesting. So Zachary's in the library one day, and he finds this very old book that has a moment of his life depicted in that very old book. And of course that's curious, and it's kind of sparks his journey into finding more about this world. And there's nothing wrong with that. I felt the synopsis to be very interesting, and I was just disappointed. It was just oh my god, what is going on? Video gaming and a master's degree in video gaming I think is the stupidest thing I've ever seen. But yeah, there's not a lot going in here, and I'm like, what is the point of this? And I know people, like I said, it's a very polarizing book. Either people really love it or people really hate it. I fall on the end of not liking it, which I was really upset about. But I felt like this book had so much potential to have a really good plot, some mystery to it, especially because this book is basically, I feel like it was intended to be a love story to introverts and readers, and really kind of speak to those people. And I felt like it had so much potential, but in the 160 pages that I read, it just was, it was a waste of my time essentially. I was just I really love this book. The cover is beautiful. I love the hardback design on here, but it's just, it wasn't worth it for me. It was just too obscure. It was just like Alice in Wonderland without the plot behind it and the overall purpose of it. So if you guys like this, I'm happy you guys did, because I felt like this book, like I said, is a perfect kind of love story to readers, but it just wasn't for me. And usually I'm pretty okay with lyrical books, but the plot in here is just so confusing, and I think you shouldn't have to work that hard in trying just to understand a book, or especially in this one where there's really no plot to it. So yeah, I was really disappointed this one. I kind of had the feeling I was not going to like it after I looked at some of the reviews, and it just reinforced what I was feeling about it. So that's it, guys. Sorry for this little book rant. I felt like I needed to kind of go into this, especially because I was reading it, and then I was like, oh man, I have a lot of thoughts and feelings on it, so I felt like this was more of a rant and it was a very progressive video, but I was like, I was planning on having the review up today anyway, so take no offense if you guys like this book. I'm actually really happy that you guys did, because I really wanted to love it. It just wasn't my cup of tea, and I really wish I could have enjoyed it, because I do love her writing style and the whimsical feeling of it. But yeah, sorry this video was a bit of a downer, but I felt like try mix it up a little bit. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments below if you read this book, what you felt about it, what side of the fence were you on for this one. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye guys.